This is your weekly tarot reading for March 13th to March 20th. Hi, I'm Vannessa from Beyond Your Sun Sign, and welcome to your numerologist reading. All you have to do is think of a number between 1 and 3. Okay, if you chose card number 1, this card is face down. So when a card is face down, well, when my cards are face down, it means it's something that you don't want to look at. So even just the fact that you're drawn to this video, drawn to card number 1, I'm going to expose something to you that all you have to do is accept it and then you release it. So this is something that's in your subconscious, and it is the moon card. So the moon card is about deception, right? Because the moon is kind of deceitful in a way. First of all, the moon during the new moon, you can't see it in the sky. The other day it was so foggy out, the sun looked like the moon. And then on the full moon, some full moons, like the Leo full moon, was so orange and beautiful, it didn't look like a normal moon, and it was so low. The moon comes in all these different shapes and forms, and we don't fully understand it, and that could be really deceitful when it comes to our spirit, because it's like, I understand that this is a naturally occurring phenomenon, but I just don't understand it. It's kind of like a microwave. Like I don't understand how it works. The internet, I don't get how it works. So the moon card this week is saying you don't know what you don't know, and that should be a very comforting realization. That means that every person you meet, every situation you meet, everything you watch on TV, any piece of art you consume, it is teaching you something that you didn't know, which is, to me, like, I suck and breathe that in. Every person I meet, I'm like, what can you teach me? What do you know that I need to know just by the very essence of being in your environment right now? So for this week, you want to look at every single thing, the annoying triggers, the things you want to push aside, the judgments, the things that even you consume in passing. Like, why did you hear that person talking about Botox, for instance? Things like that you want to really anchor into and be like, what is the universe trying to tell me that I'm not seeing clearly? What don't I know that I don't know and that I should probably need to know? Like, even just knowing how to phrase that was something that I think I have a brain bleed. So this week, the moon card, you don't know what you don't know, and that should be a very comforting fact, and it should be something that you can anchor yourself down to, embrace, and learn from. All right, if you chose card number 2, we have the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords, it's all about basically charging into the past. Like, this person fights for the past. Do you want to know who fights for the past? Victims, right? Because they're always going back here and they're fighting to get back there, when really the world and the universe wants us to push through the past and not be in victim mode. So learning NLP recently, learning about the small traumas and the big traumas. Trauma is just but trauma can be any situation where we don't feel safe. So even if you're female, looking back on all the times that you didn't feel 100% safe, you created either a small trauma or a big trauma. And this week it's about going back into the first scenarios when you did not feel safe. It could be as simple as your first day of kindergarten and you didn't know what to expect, recognizing that small or big trauma and leaving it in the past. So how I like to leave things in the past, and I'm very in my mind. So what I do is I go back to the scenario. So for instance, first day of kindergarten, and what I do is I superimpose my current self holding hands with my younger self. So that 5-year-old me is holding hands with 35-year-old me, and I'm giving myself love. You're perfect, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're capable, you can do this, you have a life of ease, you are worthy. Giving all that love and that safety and that care to my younger self, and it changes the entire memory, right? Because how can I now have the memory of fear and, isolation and abandonment by my mom at age 5 going to school? How could I then still have that narrative when I've done the work to change the feeling associated with that memory? So try it out for size. Maybe this isn't the method that works for you, but I'm telling you right now, this week, everything that happens is just really sourcing from a first time when you did not feel fully safe, and it created a trauma, and now the universe wants you to clear it once and for all, because this trauma is holding you back. Of course trauma is holding you back. So it's about stopping charging into the past to land into victim mode, empowering yourself by rewriting the narrative, rewriting the memory, and then moving forward and just seeing how that feels. All right, if you chose card number 3, we have the Six of Pentacles. And as I was saying this, I saw 505. So changes are coming. Six of Pentacles is about donation based, okay? So donations can work in many, many ways. You have the donation out of narcissism, right? Like, I am so powerful, here you go. Like, peasants, you know? Then you have donations based on guilt, right? Where it's like, I feel so guilty for all that I have. Here, please take this. I don't want it. You have it. Then there's also the donations that is more based out of a sense of giving, right? Feeling like it's your duty and your obligation to give and to serve. Right now, this week, it's about figuring out where you donate and why you donate. Why are you giving so much to Tom, Dick, Harry? Is it because you genuinely want to give? Is it because you feel guilty having something, so you want to give it as a way of kind of like cleansing yourself? Or is it because you want to show people that you can give? Be honest with yourself. There's truly no judgment, right? Be honest with yourself about why you give the way that you give. A lot of the times we give just because we know it's an IOU and that it'll come back to us. No shame at all, but recognizing the source as to why we donate, why we give, will then clear a lot of karma. Because a lot of the times, okay, the reason why I'm giving so much is because I want something back. That's because in a past life, I was robbed, or I was the needy, you know, or I was the one who, et cetera, et cetera. So there's no shame attached to the source as to why we donate, but acknowledgement and recognition is so vital to our spiritual growth and healing. All right. Love you so much. If you need a personalized reading, you can find me on Instagram at Beyond Your Sun Sign, or you can email me directly, beyondyoursunsign@gmail.com. Hope you have an amazing week, and I will see you next week. Bye.